What's up, world? Welcome to another episode of Nerdy Dating. I'm your host, Alizakka. It's a dating show from nerds where nerds talk about dating, their dating situation. Well, I guess I'm the nerd talking about the dating.
I was like, wait a minute, speak for yourself.
And we got back Kylie here. She's back on another episode. Yeah, you're a nerd too, though. You watch anime.
That doesn't make me a nerd,
Yes, it
though.
does.
Because I watch anime?
Yeah, you're in the nerdy world. Yes.
Okay, I'm a quarter nerd.
Quarter nerd.
You want to be specific.
No, nerd on like anything like you geek out about. That's a nerd. That's a nerd on. That's nerdy. You're nerdy. You're into anime. You watch. You play some video games. You're a nerd. There's levels to it though. It's not like you're like.
I'm novice.
Yeah, it's video game. You're a novice. You're not like a elite triple level. I'm not playing. I'm just getting out of hand with that. Anyway. What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode here, and we're gonna start off with a few questions. I just got one, and I had to write it out because I was like, "This is a lot here." And I had to change people's names for safety reasons, just to make sure nobody gets in trouble. But here we go. All right, you ready to get some questions started? Answer? Bet. All right. So this first one right here is given to me. This guy named Nick. He goes, he and his friends are going to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. For a birthday trip. It's Nick's birthday. He planned that trip for months. Everybody's going out there to have fun and stuff like that. Friends are invited. Well, Nick just found out that one of his friends in his group named Joe had been messing around with his ex Sam. For context, Nick and Sam dated all the way through high school, like freshman year, all the way to a year ago. They are now 23. They broke up at 22. So it's been a year since they've been broken up.
Whole trip is canceled. Everybody gotta go. Everybody gotta go. Whole trip is canceled. I'm going on a trip by myself. Everybody gets fucked up. Because, no.
Joe
immediately no.
was also part of that trip too. Now, Nick and his friends have been like slowly, they found out, because Joe doesn't know they found out. Nick found out through another friend that Joe's been messing around with Sam.
Okay.
So they've been doing the whole silent like treatment, not giving him like, hey, let you know, Joe, this is what's going on. We found out, Joe, you messing with my ex. They're not doing it. They're just kind of like giving him the cold shoulder. Joe hasn't figured out why, and he's like still trying to hang out with them and reach out, stuff like that.
What could
More context behind why Nick and Sam broke up was that like Sam was super like overbearing, like where she wouldn't let him talk to girls. He couldn't watch anime, play video games that had women in it because women. Oh God. So she was super like covering up, like overbearing on him, wouldn't let him do things like not overprotect. What's the word I'm looking at? Over. Is it overbearing?
Yeah, overbearing.
Just overbearing. But anyway, so they broke up. Now Nick found out that Joe's been messing with Sam, and he's afraid that Sam's gonna come on the way to a trip with him, with Joe to Myrtle Beach, and they can't do an all guy trip because one of the guys on there, his girl's also coming, who they're all cool with. Like they treat her like a bro, so she's coming with them. So
I already told you my answer.
Nick wants to know like pretty much how should he go about this. Like should he confront Joe and say, hey, you know, make sure it's not awkward between them, because currently it is starting to become awkward. So like, hey, I found out you're messing with my girl or messing with my ex. Like, that's cool and all, but I don't want her coming to the trip with us. Like, how did Nick go about the situation?
If I was Nick, the whole trip would be canceled. Everybody is not coming. I'm going by myself because everybody knew that they was fucking around behind my back, and I didn't find out until just so happened whoever told me. And now Joe's playing dumb. Like, oh, what could be the possible reason? No, you know why. You're messing with my ex. Somebody who's not just an ex, but somebody I've been with all the way throughout high school. You've known about this person, and you're friends with obviously me and her, but yeah, no, everybody would go. Everybody would go. Ain't even no question about it.
Well, they can't cancel the trip. It's a month away.
Everybody's gotta go. You get your own plans and go to Florida by yourself, that's cool. But I'm going to Florida by myself because everybody knew. Everybody knew. And y'all just had me sitting here looking dumb? No. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Ain't no way.
All right. Let's say they don't cancel it, though. How do they go about it? Like, I believe that...
Oh, I'm straight up confronting. before we even leave.
Well, confront. Yeah, that's word.
No, confronting.
Like,
excuse me.
Nick
Hello, hi.
Should definitely talk to Joe and be like, hey, man, I found out that you messing with my ex. Is this true? If Joe was honest, because I think Joe should want to right off the bat when he started to have feelings for Sam or whatever the case would be, he should have told Nick, like, hey, man, I hope you're going to be awkward with us. I'm going to start talking to Sam. Not that he need to ask for blessings or anything like that, because we're not in that time. But
how could you even be okay with that, Joe? How could you be okay with that, Joe?
It is like it's definitely against the bro code, but like if it is like let's say it worked out. Let's say Sam doesn't treat Joe the same way she treated Nick, or whatever case they didn't have the same issue and their chemistry worked out. If Joe went ahead and told Nick right off the bat, say, hey man, I'm about to talk to your girl. Just want to give you the heads up, like. I don't want to be awkward with us, but Joe didn't do that. Joe ran behind like this back.
Exactly.
So Nick, if Joe's gonna still come on the trip and try to figure out why by being cold shoulder to him, Nick has to confront him. Cold shoulder is a game. Don't play that game. Confront him. Say, hey, Joe, I found this out. Is this true? If it is, it's cool. I don't want the trip to be awkward. I'm trying to have a good time for my birthday. If you're okay with dating her, that's fine. Do not bring her with me. Do not bring her with you. Like, she can't come. Like, this is my birthday group. I'm sorry. She wasn't invited. Like, if she makes her way down there, do not have her come with the group. If she's that kind of person where she's like, I gotta make sure he ain't doing anything, so I'm gonna fly down there. She's not invited to the group. That's the best way they should handle this. As far as Joe and Nick, like, they need to have a conversation like, hey man, are we cool? Are we as friends? No. He cannot come talk to me or anything. Like, no. Maybe that's the end of friendship.
It should be. It should be. You backstab me. What?
Well, let's say Nick doesn't want to let Joe go as a friend.
I mean, he should want to, but if he don't want to, that's up to him. But I mean, if somebody was doing something behind your back knowingly, what else would they do?
Right.
Like, no, that's total backstabbing. And then all the people around you that knew, they gotta go too. Like, because if they keeping secrets for Joe, who else they keeping secrets for? You just never know. No, I don't play that.
I definitely think Nick should definitely talk to Joe.
It's not a conversation though. Like, I would straight up confront Joe. Yo, bro. Well, the fact that you sat there and did that behind my back, and then you didn't even tell me, I had to find out from somebody else.
But here's the thing though, like, we don't want an argument break out. Like, what you need, you don't want to have an argument. You want to have a discussion. Say, hey, this is what I found out. Like, just come. Now, it's easier said than done. Not let your emotions will get involved. But what Nick needs to do is like, hey, we're all going to the trip together. I want to have a good time. I want to invite my friends. You're all part of the group. You go, Joe, I found out you're messing with my girl. Is this true? If Joe was honest, he was going to be upfront with him. If Joe lies, and Joe's like, no, I'm not talking to you. I'm not doing anything off. All right, Joe, you can't come, man. I can't invite you to my own birthday party. Like, you can't come.
But it's not even a question. It's confirmed that they're messing around with each other.
Yeah, but Joe hasn't told them. Joe right. Still think Nick doesn't know.
Right, so it's not a question. Hey, bro, since when did you start messing with my ex?
You want to give Joe the opportunity to at least say, like, yes or no. You already know the truth. So you're pretty much it's like you have...
But yeah, it's not, is it true though, but it's just more so like, when did it happen? Like, when did you be honest?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, be honest. Give Joe a chance to be upfront. And now Joe pretends to say, I'm not talking to her, I'm not messing with her, then...
And hopefully you got receipts, because
then Joe, you're not... Well, that's... Like, is that a yes or no, man? You did it, though. You say you didn't, and you're like, I know the truth. Joe, you can't come with us. I'm sorry, man, you're out. Like, you're not going to be able to come hang out with us. Like, I found out, I already know the truth. If Joe's like, yeah, man, I'm sorry, I've been messing with your girl, I should have gave you the heads up, that way you didn't find out about somebody else. Like, I should have been honest up front, I wasn't, my bad. Well, you're not going to say my bad. Nick didn't have the opportunity, like, hey, you can stay with me, or no, I don't feel comfortable with you, man, this is going to be awkward going forward, you got to stay here. Because if you come, she's going to try to come with you, I kind of know her, she always trying to tag along everywhere you go.
Well, it's just the fact that it even got that far. Because to me, if you was gonna start messing with my ex, that would have been something to bring to me. Like,
yeah,
hey, me and your ex been talking. Like, I don't know what's y'all status. Like, we've been messing around with each other. Like, what, like, is that cool? Like, y'all still messing with each other? Like, just communication. Because where's your loyalty?
Right.
How long have they been friends?
It's high school too. Like she's been like Joe's been around the whole group the whole time that Sam and Nick was dating.
Hell no, because now you know all the history.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that's the thing. Like when I got told the situation, it's like everybody knows the history between Nick and Sam. They all know how they all treated each other and stuff like that. And the things. And I also told that Joe is somebody who's more of a submissive kind of guy, so therefore he don't mind a girl telling him you can't be around other girls, you can't do this, you can't do this, you have to follow what I do. So Joe's okay with that. So that's why like they're kind of afraid that like Sam was going to make her way to this birthday trip to South Carolina because she forced her way with everything else, and they don't want her around, and Nick doesn't want her around. So
yeah, it's a conversation with Joe. Hey, bro, can't believe you did this, but you can't come, and you better make sure she don't come. Period. Y'all can stay home while we on the trip. Like, and everybody else that's going on the trip, y'all better watch our backs because I cannot believe y'all knew and y'all ain't say nothing.
I don't think you need to go after everybody else.
Nah, everybody knew. So I'm sitting here looking stupid in front of everybody. No.
Because it's not you looking stupid. Let's say they found out. Let's say like I didn't know. The third person didn't know. The other friend didn't know. But then one person's like, hey, I just found this out. And everybody's like,
but I'm saying everybody that did know, come on now. How long did y'all know? Like,
well, they found out recently. Like the whole group found out and trying to figure out like should Nick invite Joe? And I was like, no. Like, I think Nick definitely should talk to Joe, and he wants to keep this friendship. That's up to him to try to keep the friendship. But you're right, it is broken. Joe should have been up front, and they didn't have a conversation about like, hey, she can't come, and are we cool? Or it's gonna be awkward. It's the thing you can't come trust me and tell me like, hey man, I'm talking to your ex. I get it. Talk to the ex who they've been together for. They're 23, 22. They broke up. Like high school is 4 years. Plus you got college. So yeah, like, what? That's 8 years.
Man, you was around the whole time, Joe. Come on now. Out of all the women in the world, you want your friend's ex? Joe, you need to do some thinking because I don't know. You're not sounding too good right now. Like, yeah. If I was Joe, I would do some serious self-reflecting. That's it. And Nick, you need to watch your circle. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm gonna say.
Alright guys, next video here. This is actually a YouTube reaction from the You Up podcast, which I love. You should go subscribe to them. They do give some good stuff. But this is from Georgina Abraham and Jared Freed. This is actually a guy girl's perspective on this one. We get another perspective of it where this guy has Instagram and his girlfriend feeling insecure about the Instagram models that he's following. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. So we're going to go ahead and play it here. UUP@betches.com. What are we talking about?
Today we're talking about insecurity.
Oh, I got some myself.
This was a good email, very specific, but I think can demonstrate a broader issue. I'm going to read it.
Did her grandma die?
No, not yet.
I can't stop thinking.
Okay, now everyone knows where not to go for grief counseling.
No, I'm bad at a funeral. I will make jokes.
Andrea, get to it.
I'm like, sorry, what are you talking
I'll remember that next time.
Yeah,
I'm
don't
sending
sit
out
near me at a
invites.
funeral. I fuck around.
Fuck around and find out.
That's right.
Hi, J&J. Let's get right to it. Background. My boyfriend and I have been together for 3 years, and I've been struggling in the past with the type of accounts my boyfriend follows on Instagram. That's a tale as old as time.
A tale as old as time.
Well, as old as 2011.
Her fat ass I follow makes me little hard. Going to look at her titties.
Jared, come
Gross guy and the
He's going to Kansas City. I'm definitely going to go watch
I
him.
mean, it really goes with the Beauty and the Beast.
I've been following him for years,
doesn't-
so
it
it's
doesn't
actually
ever.
kind of cool.
He was in the
like stand-up or
fitness
something?
industry for a long time, and he followed a lot of fitness model accounts when we first started dating. He's unfollowed those that he doesn't actually know outside of social media, but his circle of friends and his usual type are very much so Victoria's Secret catalog material. And I am not so much. Oh, I'm sure you're beautiful in your own way. So his feed being full of that is a point of insecurity for me.
I am not so much. No, I'm sure you're.
You're fine.
Sure
You're someone's foot. That's what you always
Someone's
say.
Yeah, listen, he's with you.
This guy's foot.
Yeah. He didn't the way she presents it is like, they wouldn't fuck me, so I guess I'm with this hag.
He's with you. He likes you.
You're hot.
So his feed is full of that. So his feed being full of that is a point of insecurity for me, but I've accepted the fact that he has hot friends that are girls that are usually nearly nude on his Instagram.
It is so awkward to open up your Instagram and like the first picture that shows up is just like,
oh yeah,
bathing suit model. And
whenever,
you're like, oh, who am I?
Whenever I see that on Mike's, I'm like, who's that?
It's my friend.
Who's that? Right. I'm like, oh, do you follow them for dieting tips?
Right.
Like, clothing? Is that what
What
you're
does he
buying?
say?
Are you buying from the links?
Yeah. What is his answer? Because I could use some.
I can use some answers.
Yes.
I don't even remember. It's so bad that it's not even.
It'd be amazing if his penis jumped out of his pants. It's for me. Shut the fuck up.
Oh my God.
Well,
aggressive.
yeah. Now I just like to, I like to do some trolling. He doesn't
Right.
follow that many, but when I see one pop up, I'm like, oh, that's interesting that the algorithm pushed this person up. It's not you must never look at their profile.
We should be able to set accounts to be the second picture.
What the second picture
Like, I want
is
to
another
set
key picture.
Pop up
yeah,
immediately,
just
right.
give me a.
I'm like, why am I like 6 people down on the stories?
No reason.
Right.
Nothing more honest than an algorithm.
Seriously, nothing will tell the truth.
Oy, algorithm knows you better than you know yourself.
That's true. A couple weeks ago, he mentioned that one of these friends referred him to one of her friends to help make a website. Tonight, he brought this up and said the website she's looking to have made is a not OnlyFans page with quote unquote not fully nude but pretty close content that she proactively sent him.
What?
And this part
Wait a
is
minute.
probably not important, but as soon as you say a page like OnlyFans, you get the gist without the visuals being necessary.
Well, it is a funny like branding he's doing.
OnlyFans, but not
OnlyFans is
OnlyFans.
just pay for my content. It doesn't have to be.
I've never been on OnlyFans, I've never seen like an actual OnlyFans.
I'm thinking if I've ever.
Oh yeah, I've had one.
I think I've gone to like the first page, but I've never signed up.
I never
I
signed up.
assume it's like a little racier.
Once you get to the first
than-
page, you
Right,
don't
I
get
know
further.
people
You
with
haven't signed up to see
OnlyFans.
everything else.
And that don't do nudes.
What do they do?
Risky pictures.
They're literally like
Why not do like
hot
Patreon?
pictures.
Oh, so it's still
pictures, yeah.
It's still sort of like meant to get. If you're paying for an OnlyFans, it's probably for masturbatory purposes.
I would assume, yeah. Yeah, I don't think they signed up to hear their,
For, like,
their reading recommendations.
It's not Pinterest. They're not
No.
looking for outfit inspo.
Right.
Right.
It's just a picture of a foot doing stuff.
I mean,
Depending on what your fetish is.
Okay.
But listen, these people are making good money. Like, if someone wanted to pay for my feet, it would be hard for me to
Honestly.
turn down
Yeah.
the easy money.
I guess.
Right? I don't know.
Georgina Gordon.
Yeah.
But I'm saying
I'd feel a
there's
little dirty though, I think. Not to call it dirty, I'm sure
Well-
but I feel like me
Well.
myself, even if it was like it seemed sort of benign like feet, I would feel a little weird. But you know what? We're all
Jordana.
sellouts in our own way.
Right. I mean, we're sitting here surrounded by Boom Chicka Pop, which we love. I just don't, to me, I can't look down on anyone being like, yeah, I put up a picture of my foot once a week.
And I
And I'm
make
sure it's harder than
thousands
that.
of dollars, yeah.
Like, if someone said to you, Jordana, for the rest of your life, you can get $1,000 a month to take a picture of your feet once a week. Would
yeah,
you do
I'd
it?
probably do it.
Yeah.
I'd probably do it.
That's not enough.
I
Here's the
1,000.
thing. You're only as like picky as how rich you are. If I were like a billionaire, I'd probably be like, I don't really need to do that.
Right. Well, it was interesting to see.
Seeing it, despite my very insensitive.
No, I
comments
don't
in
think
the
you were
beginning.
insensitive at all.
So while I feel like she crossed a boundary, he didn't ask for the photos or anything. Okay. When he told me the kind
He
of
has them, though. And he knows where to find them.
secret stash, when he told me the kind of website she wanted, my initial response was, I don't know how to feel about that. And the more I sat with it, I feel uncomfortable with this whole thing. And while he was very forthcoming about the whole thing, he knew I would be. He said that's why he thought the appropriate thing to do was to tell me about it. But the more questions I asked, it felt like he got defensive, and it's left a sour taste in my mouth. Side note, my boyfriend is not a website developer. It's something he's done for his own business and has done as a favor to his close friends. And he's good at it and enjoys doing it, but it's not his source of income. So while she would, hopefully, he's not sure she can, compensate him for it, this is not something he needs to do to earn money. Our conversation tonight ended with him saying, I didn't realize I had to ask permission. I guess I'll just tell her I won't do it. And I told him I don't feel like he needs my permission, but I would want to have a conversation so that I feel more comfortable with it. But if this is how the discussions around it are going to go, then yes, I'm not comfortable and I don't want him doing it. I feel like this ending is going to lead to resentment one way or another. Either he's going to completely disregard the conversation and make the website anyway, just feeling unsupported, or it's going to be that I told him he couldn't do it and he still feels unsupported. I want to bring it up and discuss it without devolving into arguing over it. And I think the insecurity I have is in large part what needs to be discussed since it's fueling my discomfort. Is there a way to bring it up that's not a total turnoff and also that doesn't immediately put him on the defensive? Thanks for your guys' help. Error 404.
It's a great sign off.
Good sign off.
And it also shows how smart she is.
Yes.
Like that's a
Can't pull one over on her.
No.
Yeah. You're just helping out a friend with her nude photo website. It's not OnlyFans, but it's
OnlyFans-ish.
right.
What did you? So I think your perspective is good here as far as like. I don't think you were insensitive. This is just how you feel about an OnlyFans page. That's okay.
I think the fact that I think there's some important parts in here from it that maybe most people wouldn't think are important or you won't think are important. I think the fact that he's not definitely getting paid for it is like, why are you doing this? You don't even you're not going to get paid and you don't even really know this person.
He's making sites though.
It's so funny that I feel like I would be in this fight. I'd be on his side.
You'd be on his side?
Yeah, it is funny that like whether being paid or not.
That's a huge part of it to me. It's like one thing if it's like I've got to earn. Like
right. Well, as an adult, your time is going into this. That could. This is so a relationship fight because I've been in this argument when I was in relationships, never out of them, and I where it's like any use of your time is relationship or money. Or to a girlfriend.
I mean, kinda.
I've been in this, and I would go, yeah, I guess I don't need to do this. Like, I've had that reaction where I'm like...
Men, I feel like you want it to be your idea to not do it.
Right.
You don't be told not to do it.
Right, and I made the decision, like, I guess I'll do the website that... Because I think there's important information to his credit.
Like what?
He's done this in the past. He has
for his friends.
And this is a friend.
This is a friend of a friend.
So now he's going
to develop a whole website for some woman who's a friend of a friend who's really hot. I'd be like, why are you fucking doing this?
Not making us money, not making our relationship better. But I think every girlfriend lives in this mode.
Sure.
Of like,
I don't think it's a bad thing though.
Boyfriend, you better be doing one of two things.
Well, it's kind of like, if this is a hobby for you, I don't need your hobby to be like looking at these half-nude pictures.
Let's say he gets paid $1,000. Let's go back to the, like in the way that the fee.
I mean, how much is $1,000 to him? I guess.
Well, how much is it to you? Would you deem this as worth it for him? If he was like, just pay me $1,000, it'll take me 20 minutes. It's easy to do. Would you be different?
$1,000?
Then I'd be like,
minutes?
Go for it. But I don't think it takes 20 minutes to develop a whole website, and she's not sure if she can pay him. I'd be like,
developing.
You're getting used.
Maybe a month.
You're getting used.
No.
It's something that's making me like a little uncomfortable. I don't really see what the upside for you is here.
Right. I think she chose the wrong battle. That's the. I'm thinking of like in this relationship fight. I would go, if she was like, "You're not making money from this. This is a waste of your time." That would be a better battle than going back to the well of. You're always having these Instagram models. You have hot friends. I'm not hot like your friends. Like I
would stay away from that.
Right.
I would stay away from that. But I think it's a perfectly reasonable argument to be like, you don't really need to do this. It's not that beneficial for you. It's making me uncomfortable. Why do you need to do it? Just to prove it, like.
Right. I'll make this personal to me. Like I'm thinking of like I was in a relationship. Someone goes, "Hey, do you want to come down?"
So, okay, yeah, this is a lot here. So
basically,
he enjoys making websites. Cause my thought,
right, it's a passion.
Yes,
and you can gain experience and
if it was anybody else, like let's say if a guy friend of his came to me like, I want to make a news site. I want to make a news site and do like an OnlyFans shit thing. Like maybe he want to make it for, because OnlyFans really guys are going to it. So maybe a guy was like, I want to make an OnlyFans kind of page, but I don't want to do OnlyFans shit. I want to do like, boxer briefs, kind of like nude kind of stuff. Bare nude, not completely nude, What if a guy came to him and asked for the same thing?
But if we flip it on that script, is he going to be as eager to do it as he is with the female?
Probably not, but let's say if a friend came to him and was like, hey, can you make this like my dude? Like, all right, he's like, I'll pay $1,000. Like, Jeffrey, paying $1,000. He's like, all right, cool. But let's say he's like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and do this. It's not as a passion of mine. I love making websites. Somebody just asked for help. I can get some, credibility out of this. Maybe it might lead to a production thing, like down the line. Like somebody take photos for people, and I do photography on the side. It might lead to a business kind of thing. Right. So I wonder, like, would she be as upset? And I don't think she would be.
No,
but
she already said her insecurity started with Instagram models.
Yes, and the fact that it's an Instagram model making a friend asking to make a OnlyFans kind of thing out of it. Like, her insecurity is what's, because if she didn't care, she wouldn't be like, it's whatever. But the fact that she does kind of care that it's another girl that he's looking, a hot girl that he's looking at, he's like, if we're making a whole website for, I think the money thing's the way to go about it. He's not getting paid for his time.
Right. And he's not.
It's the easy way to go about it, or as in what the end game is. I think you mentioned, like, what are you getting out of it? What?
Right, he's not gaining anything from it other than experience.
Which,
but you can get that with other things. Like, this project is not going to be the last project that you're ever going to have. So
right. And she's afraid of him being resentful of, like, it has become his idea. She hasn't found a way to make it his idea, but the fact that she already brought it up to him. Now, he brought it up to her. Good for him. Good job for him doing that. He wasn't hiding it.
But I mean, if he's so hell bent on doing it, why can't she be a part of it? I don't know. Make her a part of it. If it's that big of a deal, like, she could sit there and help you say, babe, that looks good with this color. If she has an eye for decor, decorating, whatever, aesthetics, have her come in and say, this looks good together, that looks good together, I think it looks great, oh, her body looks weird in that angle, whatever. Like, if it's that big of a deal, do it together. And make sure you're getting paid. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, that's the biggest part. Nobody... As an adult in 2023, nothing is free. We are not doing anything for free. I don't care about experience no more. Nothing is free. So make sure you're getting paid for it and be actually charging what you're worth. Like, don't just be, oh, I'll do it for $250. No. Right. We grown. We got bills to pay. Like, and on top of that, you got a whole girlfriend. So, like, if you're going to do it, make it worth it. Like,
yeah, true. Like, get paid for it. Like, hey, I can do the website, but I just got to charge you maybe $500 to $1,000. How long? Well, you figure out how much money, what location it takes to make a website. As like, hey, I'll do it, but I got to charge. Right. That's the way he gets a little bit out of it. Maybe heck, he might take that money, take her out on a date.
Right. Or like I said, split it with her. She can come in and do the project with you if she has an eye for aesthetic, which I don't know based off of what she said about her looks and stuff. I don't know.
It might.
But if it's possible, shoot, help her help. Or have her
help. Like, hey, babe, I just want your opinion on this. Like, I know you good with stuff like that. Like, hey, I'm not sure you get, but like, maybe she is like, hey, I kind of want to help with this website. I might, and like, she said error 404, so then she is somewhat techie. Right. Or she needs to understand technology to the point where she can, so like, error 404, when you try to click on something, the website doesn't work. Error 404. She knows that. Yeah. So, I mean, she might work on websites to herself, and maybe this is her way to like, hey, babe, you're right. That's a good way. That's a good example. That's really good.
If it's that big of a deal to her, but it's not that big of a deal to him, just collaborate on it. Like, try to find some kind of way to incorporate her so that way she's not so insecure. You've already known about her insecurities, so for you to take on this project knowing about her insecurities, it's just kind of like you kind of slapping her in the face. Like, she's insecure about this kind of stuff. So.
Which I guess for him, like, he's like, well, she knows I follow people on Instagram. She knows I follow Instagram models, stuff like that. So she might not be that. Or maybe he wasn't even like, maybe he was about his own business. Somebody came and said, hey, I have this project. I know you like building websites. Would you be willing to make an OnlyFans kind of website for this girl, a friend of mine? Right. And he might like, well, I kind of want to, but my girlfriend might not like it. So let me go tell her, hey, babe, I'm about to, what are your thoughts on it? I kind of want to do this. I also don't want to make you feel, and it's probably how he brought it up to her. I probably don't want to make you feel insecure.
But it also didn't really sound like he asked her. It was kind of like, I'm doing this project. From what she was saying, it didn't really sound like he asked her about it. He just told her, like,
I'm doing this project.
Right. And then, what do you think about it? Like, it wasn't really like a, can I do this project? Like, are you comfortable with that? Like, it was more so like, I got this opportunity and I'm gonna do it. So
maybe the opportunity could lead to something else though. Like
yeah, and
that's
another thing. Like, is she advertising that you did the website for her? Like, is she gonna be posting like, hey, so and so did this website for me to all my OnlyFans girls? Go get your website built right now. Like, this is who you go to. Like, is she doing that for you? Like, what are you gaining? Like, what are you gaining? So
yeah. Besides the experience and the fact that this is a pleasure of yours, like you enjoy building websites, like to make you happy. And
I mean, obviously she's naked, so
and hey, well, she said not really.
She naked.
Not
she
really
did
fully
itsy bitsy teeny weeny bikinis.
Like, which is crazy because like they talk about we never been on OnlyFans. Just like I've been to OnlyFans front page, which means you've been to somebody's page, but you never click pay to get on it.
Right.
The previous episode, mine said I've never been on OnlyFans, and I was like, you know what? Let me just see what people getting out of OnlyFans. So I subscribed to a few OnlyFans to see like
it's a different world.
Yeah, because no, and what made me realize like, oh no, this is all transactional. So once you get the first paywall, then they'll be like, oh, you want to watch another video? You have to pay more for this video. What do you mean I have to pay more to get to your video that I came here to watch? What do you mean? And I was like, dudes can't be doing it, but they are. But the thing is, like,
look, I've had an OnlyFans, and yes, it's insane the amount of money that people are willing to pay to see somebody in a bikini or in a foot pic or whatever the fuck, like,
which is also insane. Like, you can go to Instagram and get those same pictures from some women,
but they don't want to see it from them. They want to see it from you, and that's the thing. And then, that's a whole other topic. Look, that's a whole other topic.
Let's go on that real quick. Yeah. Let's dive into that real quick because, like you said, they don't care about the girls they're seeing on. They want to see you.
Right.
So how would you feel about your significant other on OnlyFans? 'Cause I don't think you was on that episode with me, and I think me and Bree talked about this. So you was on that episode. What do you think?
I think as somebody who's in a relationship or married, you should not be on OnlyFans because you are specifically fantasizing. It's so with porn, it's a little different because you could look up, big booty BBL, whatever.
Yeah.
It's gonna pop up.
Random.
You're not gonna be like specifically creating a connection to that porn video or that person. But when you're going to a girl's OnlyFans page, you're seeing this girl and you're like, oh my gosh, like she's so fine. Like you're creating a connection, almost like an internet relationship with this person, even though it's one-sided.
And it's transactional.
And it's transactional. You are creating some type of fantasy fetish for this one particular person. It's totally different. And I don't think that people that are in relationships should be on those kind of OnlyFans pages. That's just my opinion because I've done it and it's very much about that specific person.
Okay.
So it's not just, I'm just watching porn. Like, no, you're not.
Now, question, what if it's like, it is a porn adult star? Like, let's throw out there,
Mia Khalifa.
Yeah, Mia Khalifa. I don't think Victoria, is it Victoria Myers? I can't think of her name.
I have no idea. Mia Khalifa's the only one.
Okay, let's go Mia Khalifa. Another one, a classic one. Lisa Ann.
I don't know her either, but
y'all know. If you know, you know. But anyway, why people like Ali? Anyway, so Mia Khalifa, which I actually, she doesn't come across my page at all.
Yeah.
Anytime I go for looking
she's
for,
not as active, I don't think.
She's out the game, I think. But like even like I remember there's a thing like, oh my gosh, she's really big and popular. I was like, Anyway, Mia Khalifa, like let's say you can go find her videos on adult content sites that are free.
Right.
But then somebody want to go subscribe to her OnlyFans. Like,
but you're getting her personal content from her OnlyFans. It's not just like a porn video that's set up on Pornhub. Pornhub, whatever. But when you're going to her personal page, you're seeing personal updates about her, like whatever she's wearing, whatever she's doing, whatever moves she's making. Like even if it comes down to following her on social media, you are looking at her in a specific type of fetish type of way. Like you're creating some type of relationship with that person. And that's why Mia Khalifa is so popular because she was able to create that connection with her male audience. And they were able to be like, bro, you heard about Mia Khalifa? Like, it's not just porn at that point.
Right.
So that's my opinion about it. But OnlyFans just becomes a dangerous world. Like you just.
And also as a guy, you're feeding in because some of those pages not cheap. Like they got the 3 month, like you got the 3 months for like $3. Okay, 3 months for like $6. All of a sudden, once that's up, you're looking at $30 a month. Yeah. $20 a month. $40 a month. Depending on who it is, you can make $50 a month.
On top of the paid content that's
yeah, on top of the content. So once you get past that paywall, $50 a month, then you have to pay another $10 to watch this new video I just dropped.
Right.
Like, it is, guys. I'm not trying to tell you how to use your money and stuff like that, but just be mindful of what you're doing when you get on to OnlyFans.
But,
understand that.
But from a woman's perspective, it's like they don't care about money. Like, they will spend what they want to spend just to see what they want to see. And that's what started to get dangerous for me, because I only posted like swimsuit pics, feet pics, stuff like that. But then it got to a point to where people were like, okay, well, how much would you do for this? How much would you do for that? How much for this? How much for you to take it off? And I'm like, am I questioning my morals right now? Like $500 for you to see my titties? Like, hold up, but I'm not gonna do it. So it just became to a point where it was just, I'm like, wait a minute, I'm like, 500?
500?
Like, they don't care. Like, they do not care. Like, regardless of what your morals are. So it's a very sticky business, because you have to be strong in what you want to do. Like, you can't let people peer pressure you.
Greed.
Yeah, greed. Peer pressure you into doing stuff that you don't want to do. And for me, that's where I drew the line. I couldn't do it no more, because it was just so many, like,
right.
How much are you gonna to take it off? Like, how much to see this? How much to see that? And I'm like, I gotta go, because this is scary. Like, They don't care. They don't care.
You want to continue this, or are we gonna move to the next thing?
We can move on. I don't.
Okay. Because Jared about to go into, I actually listened to this before he goes into his, going to Aruba. So he said going to Aruba for him, he doesn't get more, it doesn't pay, it's not beneficial financial wise for him to go to Aruba to do stand up. But personally, he'll be able to sit on the beach, get to go do this, and get to work on content. So for him, and experience wise, it is beneficial, but he's like, as a relationship situation, it's not. So they really come down to the concept of what we came to.
Yeah.
What are you getting out of it that's not financial? And what are you getting out of it that's not financial? Besides, you love doing it in experience. Like, try to get it more like, hey, you might spend at least 10 hours. Yeah. No, not 10 hours. Let's say 10 hours.
Website building is not easy. So
you better spend at least
for a minute.
Let's say 2 weeks. 2 weeks straight. Hour of content building on this. That's not including what you're doing for work. That's not including what you're doing. So you're about to spend time, at least a month, to get this completed. How much is going to come financially wise if you losing out on this? Yeah. Like, now you probably using this to build, like, hey, this is a project I did. I'm taking to somebody else who might like, oh, you built websites? Can you build this website? Like, yeah, I got you. Like, you might use that as a content.
But then at that point, you are marketing to a specific audience. Like, I would never bring a porn website to an esthetician that's like, hey, I need a website. Like, you know?
No, you're right. You're right. Unless he has unless he has different categories. Like, hey, I have a sports page, I have a dope page, I have this. Like, unless he's building a portfolio like that, but he needs to have, like, I got this check mark, I got a political page check mark, I got this check mark. Okay, I want to get into the darker web.
That's not something that you can bring to everybody to say, hey, this is my business. Like, this is what I like to do. Mm-hmm. So it's like, at that point, are you just gonna market towards sex workers, or like, what is your
what's your end game?
Yeah, what's your end game? Like, what are you gaining?
That's the question she should tell him versus like, hey, I actually want to know more about the end game, because you spend your time on this versus like, oh, you're looking at the insecure. Yeah. He's going to do that. Like, at least he's upfront, came and told you what he's doing, but he's going to look at the women. He already following them on Instagram. Like, I think what you said, like, hey, would you want to help join me? Yeah. Would probably be the best way. Like, I just need ideas to set stuff up. It could be a website we work on together. Well. Make it more of a collaboration, tag team versus like him just in a room by himself. Right. Dark lamp over.
Because if you walk in on that, you're like, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
Like,
I'm building a website.
Like, this is weird.
Yeah, I think that's probably the best way to go. Yeah. All right, but keep it moving forward here with some TikTok videos, and we're just gonna start this party rolling right now. So this first video is from Chloe Taylor UK. What girl texts really mean? See what she's talking about here. Girl text. Whoops, went the opposite way. My life is in shambles. All right. What? No. What are you copying items for?
Text really
open video player.
Girls, give them a reply in the comments, and guys, take notes. Number 1, if she texts you anything along the lines of, so sorry I just saw this, she actually saw it hours ago and got distracted, or you just weren't enough of a priority to respond to. But she couldn't possibly ever let you know that, so this will suffice instead. Number 2, if she ever texts you, that's good. It's not actually good. You were probably just talking about yourself too much and didn't ask her a question in response. So as a result, she's bored and you're getting a 2-word response. Number 3, if ever a girl texts you K, she's currently eye-rolling herself off of a cliff and knows that you're talking out of your ass. So whatever secrets you're hiding, if she texts you this, she knows. Number 4, if she texts you saying I'll let you know, just lower your expectations to the fact that that's never happening. Unless it's followed with something specific that she needs to do or know first, she's just being polite. And lastly, if ever you are blessed with the I miss your face text, just FaceTime her.
Okay.
This is what girls text really mean. Girls can
Alright.
deny in the comments.
When
and
guys do the
take
same
it.
thing. So sorry, I just saw this. That's not just a girl. That's a guy. That's anybody. Like I just saw this. Which means they did see it probably hours before, and they just haven't got to it at the time, and they're just not getting back to you.
Yeah.
Like
That one's kind of self-explanatory.
Right. The next one here. That's good.
I didn't really understand that one. Like, what do you mean?
I get someone's like, that's good. Like, that's good. Like,
Oh, that's good.
yeah. Somebody saying like, oh, today I had an awesome day. I went to the movie, saw this, and like, oh, that's good. Like, okay.
Yeah.
Like,
what?
Like she said, she's bored. You're bored. Like, I'm just not more bored. It's just like,
That's kind of like I don't give a shit what you're talking about.
yeah, like person not have any entertainment, like doesn't have an interest in what you're talking about.
Yeah. Not really on board.
Okay. Ask anybody. Like somebody do you with an okay or okay. Like we all know what that means. Like they're not, don't care at all.
Yeah.
She's like, I mean, that's not like somebody who's about to fight somebody in an argument. Like, okay, I don't believe you. Whatever.
But I say okay like a lot. Like just even to start out a sentence, like a normal sentence. So.
I'll let you know.
And that's kind of self-explanatory.
Yeah. And then I miss your face. FaceTime them right now. Or they just want to see you. Go see that person. Set up a date.
And don't just be randomly FaceTiming me. Like,
Yeah.
like you need to say, do you want to FaceTime? Like, because I may not be available. I'm just saying I miss you.
Next video. This is from Money Principles.
Do you care about
How to Attract Women.
personality at all, or it's just like your status? Like, would you like a woman to be attracted to who you are as a person, or does that not matter to you?
If you don't reach a certain status, she's not going to give a fuck about your personality. That's the reality.
I don't believe that's true. I know you're living in your male experience, but I live in my female experience, and I have female friends. And the first thing that somebody is attracted to is your personality, charm, and your charisma. The assets are benefits, but they are not the end-all be-all. We need to connect in order to feel safe and to be attracted.
That's fantastic that you feel that way, but have you ever dated a woman as a man?
I have not.
Okay, so let me break it down. The charisma and everything else, yes, you're 100% right. You need to be socially calibrated. You need to be able to speak. You need to have confidence. You need to be ambitious, etc. All these things. However, a woman isn't going to even give you the chance to play the game unless you're of a certain level. And the more attractive the girl is, the more competitive it must be to be able to even get a shot. There's girls that won't even look your way unless you're of a certain status.
Do you care about being liked for your...
Okay. I guess he's talking about social media because when you first meet somebody, the first thing you ask them is not, hey, what's your status? Like, that's not, I'm not asking you what you do. It may come up in conversation, but that's not going to be the first thing. If we get that far, it may, come up in conversation, but that's not going to be the first thing that a woman asks a man immediately. Like, so he must be talking about on social media because on social media, you see what you see, so. Or
the crowd he's around, or the women he's approaching, are only women who care about financial status, where your job is, your money, your height. Because there are women out there who, like, oh, because somebody else talked to them. Like, for example, let me use Travis Kelce as an example.
No, it doesn't count.
No, but that kind of guy, like, somebody got like that. That's the thing. Like, Travis Kelce can walk up to any girl. Travis Kelce can walk up to any girl, and I guarantee at least they'll entertain him because they know who he is. He has status. He has stuff like that. I can't walk up to every girl and be like,
but you're not famous. Like, that's different.
But that's a thing, though.
That's different.
That's not.
They already know who you are.
But that's not. But they status. That's a status. That's a thing.
But I'm saying, like, if I was to organically meet somebody that I've never met before, that's not the first thing that's gonna come up.
Right.
Like, So it's very much depending.
But the women he's going after are those kind of women though, where they like, oh.
Well, then that's on him. Like, I don't want to tell him. Like,
but like, do you also hear women like, well, like, ask one, what do you like? Well, I like height. I like his, he has to have enough to take care of me, my kids. He ain't make $100,000. Like,
and there's nothing wrong with standards. Let's not
that's
get
not
that
even,
twisted.
that's not even a standard.
No,
like,
there's standards. Like
he needs to make $100,000 a year.
That's somebody's standard.
That's a
somebody's
preference.
standard. No, that's somebody's standard. There are women who will not date men who don't make $100,000. That's their standard. So like, people can have standards, but like, it's not valid if I'm just meeting you organically. Like,
but she's asking how to attract women.
Look nice, smell nice, smile, give me a drink. Like it's like, literally that simple. Like, nice. And then if we get that far in conversation, that means your personality was already there. That means I've already clicked with your personality to find out what you do. So,
because I agree with both of them actually. Like, I do think, like, your charisma and stuff like that has to take control when you first meet. But, like, go ahead and make me play this.
Like, would you like a woman to be attracted to who you are as a person, or does that?
But everybody wants somebody to attract to who you are as a person.
Right.
So, like, she's personality or just your status. No, like, you want somebody to be attracted. If somebody's coming after you for your status, they're not there for you. So, do not, like, you make sure they are there for your personality. They enjoy your time. Like, you're not trying to flash the handing the gifts out, so like that, so they understand like, oh, this is the kind of person you are, not like, oh, you're driving me to the most luxurious restaurant in town and paying me for dinner, and like, maybe I just want to go get a cheeseburger from McDonald's. You want to come with me?
I don't even feel like that has anything to do with status though. Like I said.
Because it's perception, that perception of reality. Right. Like, if you got perceived to be like, well, he doesn't go to the low-end restaurant, he only goes to high-end restaurants. Like, no, maybe a day I just want Taco Bell. Like you gotta live with that status thing, you keep living up to that status versus just being yourself. That's what you're like, you think girls are more interested in personality versus, or who you are versus your status. But it's the kind of women he's going after.
Right.
It's the women he's going after versus, like, if you just went to like an average Jane, but like a girl who,
if he was just to meet a random woman at a bar, he'd probably have a chance. Like, that's about it. Like, yeah. He's going after women he sees on social media, from what it sounds like. Because, like I said, I do not know your status from first meeting at a bar or wherever. I don't know you. So if that comes up in conversation, great, fine. That means we were able to click enough to get that far. Mm-hmm. So that means you already have the personality that I'm attracted to.
But what about the thing with dating apps? Because like dating apps is more of a
that's different. Like,
so you have to stand out different. Like your dating profile, which is like your resume, has to be a lot different.
Right. Because on Hinge, it asks you your occupation and travel experiences and whatever.
Your height and stuff like that.
Height and where you went to school. Like, those are status things. So if you are dating specifically off social media or dating apps, then yes, that is going to be something that I see off the bat because I don't know you.
Right.
So I'm judging you based off of what you are putting on your profile. So if you're putting, I'm a high class man and I make $100,000 and blah, 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 then you're going to attract those kind of women.
Right. All right. Next video here. Okay. This is from Align with Allison. See what she's talking about in this video.
Love and romance to
Run it back.
Ladies don't like to hear that because they want love and romance to fall on their lap. They don't want to go outside. They don't want to go on dating apps. They think that, I don't know, that love is going to be delivered in a box.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And then so they looked under their Christmas tree a couple of weeks ago and it was not there.
And on Valentine's Day, still won't be.
And it won't be there, right? And so you have to make a valiant effort. What the ladies don't understand is that they work hard in their careers. They work hard in their education, their physique, their outward appearance. But they think that, again, this stuff is supposed to just fall into their lap. It doesn't work like that. We're not taught to date. We're not taught how to navigate dating successfully, how to build relationships successfully. You say it all the time, it's a skill set. Mm-hmm. So you think it doesn't work that way. Yeah. You have to make an effort. You have to. Or it's not going to happen. Or the likelihood is slim to none. Maybe the Amazon man, maybe the Uber Eats guy, maybe there will be a guy who will show up on your doorstep. Likelihood is slim to none.
You're looking up.
Ladies don't like to hear that because they.
I don't know, the part about To me, it sounded like self-care, where she was like, you know, taking care of yourself and keeping your appearance up and working on yourself. To me, that's the stage I'm in. So, like, I'm just very much focused on myself, but I'm not saying that it's going to fall in my lap. Yeah, rewind it, because I'm not exactly sure what she was saying.
I think they saying like the women not putting effort into dating, because I wish we heard the first part of it, because she's like ladies have to work towards dating just like guys have to work towards dating.
Right.
It's not just, and I mentioned like dating does take work. You're looking to meet somebody for the long haul. It is going to be hard. It's not supposed to be easy. You're not supposed to just settle with every person out there. But there's people who are considered, like in the book, How to Not Die Alone, that I read about Logan Ury. If you take this out for a moment, like you don't have to, like there's people called hesitators and there's people called the romanticizer who believes that if I'll meet, it happen when it happens. I'll meet them when I meet them. It doesn't happen like that. You have to put yourself in position. And one person, another video that Matthew Hussey talked about, where the lady's like, I want it to happen organically. What's organically? Well, I walk into a coffee shop and he's right there. That's not organic. You walked into that coffee shop and you went out. You went outside. You just didn't sit at home in your butt. You started to move around and open. You was looking. You saw somebody. Oh, I thought he was attractive. Like versus him walking up to you. Maybe you started walking to him. Maybe you did like a smile, a wave, a hi, and he found you attractive enough, or you were in the same vicinity long enough. He might approach you, or he can say, "Hey, how you doing? You come here often?" Like that. That opener to a guy, because a guy would talk immediately, and you can learn real quick what he might be into. Like if you're approaching, I know you said before in this podcast you don't like approaching guys.
It's not that I don't like to. I just prefer that a man approaches me first. I guess you could say it's a traditional, old school mindset that the man is supposed to chase the woman, the man is supposed to approach the woman first initially. But I have no problem approaching a man at all. So if I feel like I'm attracted enough, which 9 times out of 10, look, that's a different story. I'm in a different space right now. But yeah, so I just feel like a man should approach the woman. Like if he thinks she is attractive, I would like the boldness of a man to be like, you know, I'm confident in myself enough to approach her. So.
Okay.
But as far as her saying like, I don't know exactly what she said, but ladies, work on yourself. That's it.
Actually, there's a video I do want to play.
Women,
before I play this,
I can't relate to this one at all.
Okay, so this is from Love Samantha Lee. She goes to why the women that reject you try to come back.
women, after they reject you, come back. All right, I need you to go ahead and watch this entire video.
It's a minute and 4 seconds.
Number one, it's because she's afraid. So sometimes a man's pace can scare a woman. It can make her feel like, oh, he's moving too fast or he's moving too slow. I'm not sure. And because of fear, women will reject. And then they think about it after a period of time and like, well, he was the best thing that had happened. Maybe I'm wrong. And then they come back. Second reason is because she's toxic. Can't say it any other way. And toxic women tend to be A, dramatic, and B, egotistical. Okay? And when they operate from a place of ego, when those women want to be desired, they don't really care about you. They just want a roster of men that want them. And so when they see you moving on, they don't want you to move on. They want you to stay on them. So they'll literally get back in your good graces to reject you again.
Oh, dang. What day? What day?
So you want to know why?
He said, yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. Actually, I've never. If I've rejected a man, it's pretty solid. So I'm not going backwards.
Trying to think if I ever had a girl try to come. I have. Yeah.
And what she want?
Huh?
And what she want?
I'm just like, hey, it didn't work out the first time. Like, I don't think it's gonna work out this time. Like, I haven't had a girl try to come back. Yeah. Yeah.
And when y'all broke up, did she break up with you?
I broke up with her.
Okay, see, that's not.
But then we just happened to come across each other in like months later. We happened to come across each other in a restaurant, and then she reached out like a few weeks later, and I was like, don't think it's gonna work out still. Like,
yeah, but if she had broke up with you, that would have been her doubling back.
Yeah.
But since you broke up with her, she was like,
I don't think I ever had. Besides that, I don't think I ever had a girl double
back. Yeah, I'm like, I've never rejected a man and tried to.
I've had girls
back, so.
hit me up multiple times, but like that's because we never did anything. Like on social media, I had a girl like try to hit me up twice. Like came across me on Tinder, and then came across me on dating or on Instagram, but like never like a thing where we met each other, moved further, like nothing like that. So I didn't know women actually do this as a thing, but that's more of a, to me it's more of like a guy thing. A guy would do like break up and do like
double back all the time.
Yeah, because we don't have options. Our options are not that big. Whereas women have multiple options. Like you guys can go find somebody. If you just lonely, you can hop on a dating app real quick.
I don't know.
You say that, but like,
cause I'm like I be getting in these moods where I be lonely, but I just don't be
lonely as in like sexually lonely. Sorry,
no.
Not like lonely as like
I
I want emotional contact. That kind of lonely.
Nah.
But actually, back to the thing where, the ladies ladies gotta work and how come guys won't like guys approaching. This actually thought of a video that I didn't save, but I'm gonna go ahead and get it down. This video I came across that really hits what the other lady was talking about like women doing like women investing in relationships is not just it's not gonna happen as far as meeting somebody. So this is kind of why it's kind of harder now, but we'll talk about this afterwards.
A lot of men are struggling right now in finding the right partner.
First off, no hate to Emily because I absolutely adore that lady. She's amazing. We're not struggling. We listened. We heard you. We heard all the things. Remember, you can buy yourself flowers. Right? Right? You don't need no man.
I know.
Right? We heard you. So we're doing our own thing. We can't so much as look at you in a gym, much less approach you. We're not supposed to talk to you in grocery stores because it's creepy. We can't do anything to interact because we're out of our lane. So we're staying on our lane. We got our lane. We're doing our thing. We're not struggling. We just stopped trying. You got what you wanted.
As a woman who has almost been sex trafficked lately, do not approach me nowhere other than somewhere social. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh my God.
That's all I'm gonna say. Do not approach me in no grocery store. I'm looking like a bum. I'm trying to get my groceries. Do not approach me in no freaking wherever else that's not a socializing place. That's all. That's it. Cause it is creepy. I don't know y'all. I don't trust men no more. But that's not to say don't approach women, because some women, I don't know, maybe they do want you to approach them at the grocery store. With me, if I'm not looking approachable, do not approach me. Because it's on my face. You can see it. Like, I don't know. Maybe y'all need to read the room better. Because I feel like you could tell by people's energies. Like, if I've got in headphones and I'm just blank face and I'm in a baggy t-shirt, and like, I'm obviously not trying to attract any attention, like, and unfortunately that's kind of the vibe we gotta do nowadays. When we go out, we wear baggy clothes so that we're not attracting any attention. Got in our headphones, got on sunglasses, like trying to be as discreet as possible. So I feel like you got to be able to read the room a little better.
I hear you. That's the horrible thing, horrible situation to be in. I can't, that's crazy, and that's not crazy, but it's scary and terrifying. Mm-hmm. But if a guy's coming with good intentions, I think like this is the issue that's what we're facing, where like guys are afraid to be considered creepy. Guys are afraid to walk up to women because they don't want to be considered that creepy guy. The dudes who are trying to take advantage of you, like guys want to be considered that, and those dudes are not out looking for like, oh God, that's just horrible to think about. But dudes are not, most men are not looking to cause harm. Right. The guys generally want to approach you and be like, hey, I thought she was cute. I want to talk to her, but I'm afraid to be considered creepy. And so if guys not approaching women because of that, and the gym TikToks and all that stuff, because my last video about the men dating crisis and men being 50% of men under the age of 30 is considered sexless, which is a wild concept to me. Like not wild. I did research, but it's just like it's it's almost like dudes, you can find a girl who wants to hook up, who's willing to open and be willing to down to hook up, just gotta get on dating apps. But as far as approaching women in person, if you're afraid of being scared, if she gonna think you're a creep, then she's not the one for you.
Well, and then you can tell when somebody's a creep and when somebody's not. For an example, we met this guy at a Mexican bar down there. I don't even remember where we were, but we was in Kansas City. Me and my girlfriend were out, it's late at night, we're eating. This guy, very attractive guy, he wasn't ugly and he smelled nice and he looked nice, But
the smell thing.
I like a man who smells good because I like smelling good. But yeah, he was talking to us and at first it was just casual and then he started asking stuff like, oh, what's your middle name? Like, what's your favorite color? Like, how much do you pay in rent? Like, where do you live? Like, just stuff you don't ask when you first meet
somebody.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, well now I'm getting creeper vibes because at first I was, and he was doing it in a way to where he was playing us. He was asking me what her favorite color was. Mind you, all these are security questions. Every single question he's asking are security questions. Like, he's asking me what my friend's favorite color is. And I'm like, oh, it's pink. Like, and she's like, and he's asking her what my favorite color is. And she's like, green. And he asked us how long we knew each other because a security question that's common is, what's your childhood's best friend name?
Yeah.
As if, if she would have been my childhood best friend, that could have possibly been an answer to a security question. So that's it's stuff like that. Like, you have to pick up on cues because initially it was fine. Like, he's asking us our name, like, how long we've been in Kansas City, did we grow up here, normal stuff.
You can't be accepting of everybody.
Right. And then it got to a point to where, how much are you paying in rent? Who do you bank with? Who do I bank with?
Why are you
Sir,
asking that question?
We just met. And then he was like, oh, I'm just saying because I know a good banker. My accountant's name is such and such. I'm like,
oh, get out my face.
What?
Get out of my face.
Yeah, so it's just like you can't put anything past anybody. Like, and it's like you have to know the cues to pick up on.
Right.
So that was giving creeper vibes. And initially I wouldn't have thought anything of it. But once he started asking things like, who do we bank with and how much do we pay in rent and stuff like that, like, it just got to be too much of these are security questions.
Right. Yeah, no, that's creepy. But
yes.
If a guy came over, like a normal dude just came over and say, hey, I want to talk to you, I think you're cute.
Right.
And a guy's not going to say approach like, I think you're cute. You got to be like, what? Bold dude, a dude was bold. He would say, I do think you're cute. I think you're attractive. Hey, ladies, how you doing? But most guys probably come like, hey, ladies, how's it going? What you up to tonight? What's your thing? Versus coming with an actual plan. Yeah. They probably come over like just a talk, and then there's no exit plan. That's another thing with guys. Like, if you're going to talk to a girl, one, like you said, if I'm gonna have headphones on, if she has headphones on, you automatically know she's not looking to talk to anybody. Right. But maybe she's like, maybe y'all stuck in line together, and you see that she doesn't have headphones on. They gotta have an exit plan. The exit plan is the checkout line, so you're already there. But like if she's in her phone, maybe she's not in her phone, maybe she's looking around, something like that. Then she's probably looking for a conversation. Like, there's ways you can find, like you said, read the room, to not be considered creepy. But like, but guys, you hear a lot of guys complain now, like, I don't want to be considered a creep, so I'm not gonna approach a girl in person. But the problem is, women are looking to be approached, but guys are not approaching because they were afraid to be considered creepy.
But you know if you're a creep or not. Like, like that dude knew the fuck. Like, why are you asking us those questions? But like, if you're approaching a woman, just, hey, I think you're really beautiful. Like, do you have social media by chance? Like, I'm on socials, like, whatever. Yeah, but I mean, like, just to kick off a conversation, like, that's not an unusual question.
Ask about what's going on. Like, y'all out, like, both at the restaurant. You both walked into, let's say, Westport downtown, or in Kansas City, there's a Jimmy John's. You had Jimmy John, like, oh, what club y'all go to? What bar y'all come from? Oh, we just came from Throwback. Oh, we just came from Tin Roof. Oh, how was it? We was at this place over here. We was at Mosaic is actually Power Light. But anyway, we was at X and Y bar. Like, how was it? Because ours was this, it was that. So there's ways you can have that conversation and not be creepy. And then get the number. If you want to get the number, I would say get the number versus you give her your number. I would get both.
I would get social media and get the number.
And then walk away. Yeah. Don't stay too long. That's another thing, guys.
Don't stay too long.
When it start becoming creepy, when guys start lingering. If you just came over and just said, hey, how you doing? And then go with your friends. Like, there's a one night you was there. The girl was at Jimmy John's. And I like went over, I was like, hey, I just gotta say you're really cute. Thought you was good looking. I walked away. I just said that to her. I felt like I had to say it because I was like, she was really good looking and she caught my attention. So I went to go say hi to her and then I just walked away. Now if I wanted to move forward and give her my number, I could have done that. But I didn't. I just want to let her know how cute she was.
Yeah, and don't be nervous. Be confident, because then I'm really like for the experiences I've been through, I'm so paranoid at this point to where if you start looking nervous or you looking like you're unconfident or unsure about yourself, I'm gonna start peeping and I'm gonna be like, no, get away from me. So like, just be confident. Like, don't be afraid to approach women.
All right, got two more. Get 2 more videos and we'll be done. So here we go. Next video. I can click play.
Present
this is from it's Asia Elaine.
Nowadays, how horrible we present ourselves on social media and publicly when it comes to conversations about money and men making money. It blows my mind whenever I come across a post on social media of a woman who announces her pregnancy and she's pregnant by like a rapper, like a pro athlete or something. And there are thousands of comments from women under that post saying, God, please, when is it going to be my turn? Lord, please send me my millionaire. There are whole pages on TikTok and Instagram dedicated to teaching women how to sniff out millionaires and how to sniff out men with money. I just want to know, how did we get to this place collectively as women? Not, Lord, please send me a man of values, a man of morals, a man of integrity, a man who will commit himself to me, a man who will love me, honor me, respect me, a man who will be a good example for my children, a man who will lead my family properly. Just send me a man who's a millionaire and I'm going to figure the rest out on the back end. Imagine being a good man. Imagine being one of the men that I just described. A man who wants to find a wife, a man who is all of those things. And you go on social media and you're scrolling through the comments and this is what you see. This is what you have to choose from. This is what you see the mindset of modern women as.
It's not a modern day mindset.
Ridiculous responses to this that I've seen whenever women are challenged on these things. The response is always, well, half of the men who are worrying about it, they're broke anyway. They won't have to worry about a woman trying to use them for their money because they don't have any. That is not the point, sweetie. That's not the point. Your mentality as a woman, especially a woman who is considering having children or who has children, should not be financial status first, integrity, character second. It is so sad to me how the modern dating market and the overall tone of the modern dating market is that of entitlement and what's in it for me. People place way too much emphasis on financial status. And there's nothing wrong with wanting a partner who is financially stable. There's nothing wrong with wanting security. But when you are placing monetary gain over the very fabric of what a relationship is and a family foundation is supposed to be, you have got things very wrong. And you really need to check yourself.
Okay, she wrapped it up nicely. Yeah, I'm like, girl, what the fuck are you talking about? But at the end, yeah, she got her message across. Yeah, I was like, what are you talking about?
She has a good point, and she has a good point, and then I think it's not a modern day thing. It's a traditional thing that's all been talked about, where like women, go get your prince, go get your king. Somebody, and princes and kings are not poor people. And everybody says, go get your Aladdin, who's a vagabond, and he's finding, and why the Aladdin becomes a prince, so he can impress Jasmine, who's a princess, because he wanted to impress a hot chick. Now, granted, he got into money by getting to money, but
it's a traditional mindset. Yeah. Men have always been the bread makers, and women have always been either the second income, and they raise the kids.
But thanks to social media,
Right. No, go ahead.
Thanks to social media, where you see the man, the young 20-year-old with the watch and everything, and the hot car, but he got a Bugatti, he's 20.
He's into crypto.
Yeah, he got 100 grand. Like, the dude's flashing for social media. Yeah. Social media got this mindset that every guy out here walking around is making that 100 grand and making millions of dollars. And not every man out there is walking around right now making it, unless they are. If they are, they're in their 60s on up. So unless you want to date somebody who is 60, your people you're gonna talk to is probably not making 100 grand. We're like, well, my circle is, but that's your circle of
your circle
5
is
dudes?
Full of drug dealers. Like, what did you expect? Like, no, it's really, and it's sad.
Let's talk about clean money.
No, but that's really what it is. Like, men will see other men making 100 bands a year, and they're in this mindset that they need to make 100 bands a year, not knowing that these niggas are drug dealers. Like, that's how they're making their money. They're not, you can't do that unless you finna follow the same kind of trend. So it's just, it's unfortunate, but I mean, in this day and age, it is possible to be making that kind of money illegally or through crypto or through whatever else that's not a standard or normal legal source of income. So yeah, you see these 20-year-olds riding around in Hellcats and SRTs because
that,
look at what they're doing.
Or the parents gave it to them because the parents come from money, so that the parents gonna pull it down like, oh, you're a trust fund baby, so here you go. Like, it's not the norm, but social media want to make you think it's the norm, so that's why women have this mindset, and it doesn't help when their parents are telling you, you gotta find somebody, especially a girl, you gotta find somebody to make money, you gotta find somebody who has all this income, so like that, because you all live this lifestyle, he gotta be able to cover for you and your kids, versus like, a guy's not told that. Like, the reason why guys don't talk about money as much because we're not told, like, go find a girl who has, 6 figures. Go find a girl who has, like, guys are not taught that. Guys are like, is she cute? Yeah, how good she look, okay? Like, that's a financial thing. Or guys are told, oh, you want to get that girl, you want to get that supermodel girl, you need to make sure you have 6 figures because that's the only way she's going to talk to you. Like, I'll never forget a conversation I had with an older adult when I was younger, to about women only care about financial stuff. They only care about presents and gifts you can give to them, which reality, no, that's the kind of women he was chasing. But if a guy sees that, a guy mindset probably be like, oh, maybe I should go try to do that. Versus, no, how about you find a girl who likes you for you, not likes you for your bank account?
I mean, the average American makes what, $30,000 to $40,000 a year. So it's not. I just don't think it's a monetary issue as far as like women wanting men with money. I think that they see a certain kind of lifestyle on socials or wherever else, TV. And yeah, it's just not, it's not actually possible. I mean, unless you're dating those kind of people. Like, so it's just, her message, I feel like, ladies, we need to do better. That wasn't a good message because I don't feel like it's just ladies. Like, I feel like there's nothing wrong with having standards. Do you, boo? But in reality, it's not. I mean, everybody's making the average income. Everybody lives a normal life for the most part. Right. So
I think financial status is actually a preference. I know earlier you said standard, but like it's a preference because if you don't find that guy, like let's make that your standard, but then you are gonna be looking for a very, very long time, or you can find you'll find what you're looking for. That's what makes it's not gonna be like you're like, oh, I got somebody who has like 6 figures, and then you're miserable in your relationship. You got your 6 figures, you're not happy, or he's running around doing stuff behind your back, and you're like, well, I found the 6 figures, but yet y'all have nothing in common at all. You don't even bond on anything else.
But that's to some people a standard. So yeah, to some people that's a standard though. So I mean, yes, it's a preference, but some people will really not date somebody who does not make $100,000 because that's their standard. I mean, to each their own, but you gotta look, like I think she said it right. Like you have to look into more than just that. Absolutely,
but I think we messed up where we made preference a standard and it should be a preference. Like you want somebody who's financially stable, yes. Yeah. You want somebody who can provide for themselves, and then if it comes like, and you can provide for yourself, they can provide for themselves. Because like push on the sub, and that person's the one making the bread, and that person loses everything. Right. You're on your own. You're like, well, we're both broken this together. You gotta realize that. Right. Or unless you're just gonna leave and go to somebody else. That seems messed up. Why would you even there for it? Like you just there for the financial situation, which is messed up too. You have to me, preference wise, okay, 100 grand, nice. Standard wise, financially stable, yes. I remember on a dating apps, when I was on dating apps, I have somebody right now, so I'm really like living it. But on the dating apps, I would come across a woman profile. She's like, you can't be broke. You can't be under 5. You can't be under 6 foot. It usually was actually 6 foot. Like I cannot stand my girl. She's like her height is like 5'2", and her preference was standard was like 6 foot and up.
That I understand, but as a tall woman, I do not want to date short men. So I understand.
But she's 5'2". Why is she?
That I understand, but as a tall woman, I understand the height preference.
And then she'd be like, must have a car, can't not have a car, and can't not have a job, and can't not. I was like,
those are the basic necessities.
I know.
Like I'm not mad at her.
I know. But
you need to have a job. off.
It's so negative though. Versus like, so, but what I'm getting to is that most women already have like, have a job, have an income, have a car. The height one I cannot stand, but that you'll see that on profiles. It's such a negative way to approach dating. But anyway, like those right there, I can see the basic necessities. Cool, that is a standard. But when you like has a job, but does he work for Wells Fargo? Does he work for Sony? Does he work for Disney? Well, man, let's calm down here. Why you gotta be so like? Why is your standard them working for Microsoft is your standard? Why is it not like they just have a solid job?
Well, she also needs to be specific because you said income.
Yes.
That's different from having a job. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? Because I'm going to be specific. You need a job, sir. I'm working 16 hours a day. You need to go to work too. All right? So be specific.
Okay. Well, the income is YouTube. YouTube's their job.
Well, that's a job. That's a job.
Okay.
But like you come into these hustlers who have income.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
They have no type of job.
But they're not doing taxes on it.
Right.
Okay.
Well, not even that. But they can do taxes on it, but they pick up like side jobs or like they don't have like a real job. Like, you know, if I'm going to work 16 hours, I need you to be going to work too. Like, be specific.
Right. Last video here. Story time. I got nothing. I'm just curious what this is about. So let's see. Oh, men cannot read between the lines. All right, here we go.
Men cannot read between the lines. You need to realize that. Okay. You need to realize that. Like, they're not built, not saying all, but most, right? Most men are not made to read between the lines. They're not gonna go there. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, we've had this discussion where for Valentine's Day, he blatantly asks me, what do you want to do? And I tell him, no, babe, I just want to stay home and, you know, watch a movie with you. Nothing crazy. Let's not spend money, yada, yada, yada. I don't want nothing. He goes, you don't want nothing. I don't want nothing. What happened? He came home with nothing.
He said, say less. I got you.
Nothing.
I'm going to get you nothing.
And he picks me up from work. I'm thinking, oh, yeah, he's at least going to have flowers for me in the car. Mind you, I don't give a shit about flowers, but it's just like the gesture, right? So I'm like, all right, I'm coming down the stairs. I'm like, I know he's going to. No, first I thought he was going to send me flowers to my job. Okay. So I'm waiting. All these other girls, I get them flowers. I get nothing.
Yo, that's the most disappointing part.
No, I think it's all right because when I get downstairs, when he picks me up, he's gonna surprise me with flowers. I get downstairs, nothing. I'm like, my blood is starting to boil now. So then
now you're like, no, they're at home.
Yeah. That was my next step. I said, no, they're at home. They're at home. I know they're just
he got it set up.
I get home.
Girl, you played
nothing.
Nothing. Again,
nothing. So now at this point, I'm like, there's nothing's gonna happen. Then I see that he goes to sleep. It's like, I'm like, yo, are we really not gonna do nothing? And he's looking at me like,
you said
you didn't want to do anything. I'm like, yo, men are really just that dumb. He's like, and women are dumb because why is it that you can't just open your mouth and tell me exactly what you want to do?
Right.
And I'm like, he's like, this isn't like a Disney movie. Like, it's true. Like, we need to learn that men don't.
I can't read minds.
Ladies, if you want something, speak up. Yes, I want flowers. When in the day, I don't know. You figure it out. But I do want something you figure it out. I want.
That's fine.
Yeah.
And that was from Jenny Diza, and yeah, no, that's 100% like.
Yeah.
Men cannot read your mind. I'm sorry. I'm not a mind reader. You can't hit me with, oh my gosh, you know, I don't want to do anything today. I'm fine with just hanging out. Okay. And then you're like, well, I thought we were going to go get ice cream. I thought we were going to get this. Like, we didn't mention anything. You said, no, you don't want to do anything today. We're just hanging out. So hanging out to me is like, okay, if I come over, chill, watch a movie, something like that, sit on the couch, whatever. Like, I didn't think that you actually want to go grab food for dinner and then we're going to go chill, like walk around the park and then do nothing.
Well, I think it just, I can understand where she's coming from. She wants her man to, like, surprise her or, like, you know, do something special without having to say, you know, I want you to do it because I want you to do it. I don't want you to do it because I asked for it, if that makes sense. But I definitely understand just fucking asking for it because obviously it didn't fucking work for her. But I get where she's coming from as far as wanting to be surprised or like feel like oh wow, he got me flowers just because he was thinking about me. Like I didn't have to ask for it. Like you don't always want to ask for, you know, kind gestures or just little things here and there. Like,
but you know,
but he did ask.
Yeah, he did ask. He's been ahead of time. Like my girlfriend, she loved Jeff Koons, like statue, and that's the dude who makes the inflatable balloon dog. Like his statues are worth millions of dollars.
Oh, okay. Those little shits are worth what?
I went and found a miniature one about this size. She was like, it's 45. Okay, $1,000. I said, and man, I go like, can I get that? And she's like, yeah, it's 45. Like, oh, okay, $1,000. I was like, I don't have $45,000. I'm sorry, babe, but a
little knockoff on Amazon.
She said this. She's like, oh my gosh, because she saw a Coons like model statue at one of the restaurants we went to in Kansas City at Plate KC, and I was like, oh. And when I was in Los Angeles, I got a free date. I was like, okay, I don't know what to do, and I looked up like this museum and saw Jeff Koons there, and I was like, you know who would love this? My girlfriend. But the only reason why that stayed in my mind is because we talked about this months ago. Now, if she would have said Valentine's Day is a day I love Valentine's Day. I love surprises like that, like months in advance. And when he asked, what do you want to do for Valentine's Day? She said, nothing. Now, that conversation could have months ago, and he remembered. Like, oh, no, she knows she doesn't want to do anything. She like at least be surprised or little flowers or something like that. So he would have done that. But the fact that they never had this conversation, she just said, I really want nothing.
Or even if she would have just been like, oh, like, you know, I want you to surprise me.
That right there, yeah. She's like, I'll take a surprise. Like, like, what are you gonna do for Valentine's Day? Oh, nothing crazy, but I would love to be surprised.
Yeah, that's it.
Gotcha. Say less. But no, she said nothing. He really said nothing. We're doing nothing. Yeah. And guys, because men are not mind readers. We don't think the same way where women think. Like that's why women are better with being sneaky with stuff. Because men, we're just like, oh, we're trying to be sneaky, and you're like, I caught you 5 minutes ago when you first thought about it. Because we're like, if you tell me something to my face, I'm like, I'll take it at face value. You like say, oh well, you should have picked off this hint. But when I said that, I'm like,
no. You can't drop hints. I just feel like if she wanted flowers, she could have been like, you know, I would really like something nice, you know, maybe send something to my job, like, you know, like without telling him. But like, I also understand her wanting to just simply have him do something, right?
But I've had to
do something for her just because he wanted to do it, not because she asked for it.
I've had that before, and it's like I can't read my mind. Like I want you. I should have to tell you that you need to do this. Like sorry. Like you didn't mention it. You gave me like a hint. Like a hint doesn't work. Like I understand the concept. Like oh, you should have to tell me, but at the same time, it's like we can't read minds. I can't see that you're mad and upset. I can't read off your body language. I'm sorry. I'm not thinking about that. Like you have to tell, hey babe, no, I didn't really like the way you handled that, or I'm actually bothered. Like, oh, okay, this is part of my radar. Versus, because men are problem solvers, so we're gonna solve problems. Our mindset is more think problem solve versus be like, I gotta figure out how to solve this problem. I'm out. I don't have time to think. I don't
know. I see both sides. I can see her side of, like I said, wanting to be surprised and not having to ask for what she wants because it was just a simple thought of him doing something nice. And at the same time, she said nothing though. So, I mean, you can't really blame him. But him going to sleep, come on now.
He just figured it was a regular day. She didn't want anything.
She said something about watching movies. You know, nothing too crazy. And you went to sleep. It's Valentine's Day. You went to sleep. Like, come on. We ain't even do nothing yet. And you went to...
That's funny.
No. Now you're in the doghouse. Because
you went to bed early. You didn't
give me nothing. Even though I said nothing.
Now, when you took a nap and then got up and like, hey, let's go ahead and walk outside. And then like dinner outside.
Well, then that's different. Get up. Why are you like, what? Like... Valentine's Day.
Like, if he did that, that'd be something.
Yeah, that'd be different. But why are you taking a nap? Like, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
Like, she said nothing, but she at least said watch a movie or something. Like, and you went to sleep.
True.
Like,
True.
Y'all ain't even had no wine, no personal time. Like,
nope,
nothing.
It was. They must be together. That's a deep relationship conversation. Like they've been together for like some years. Yeah. But all right, we're gonna wrap this episode up. Callie, thank you for coming on. I appreciate you.
Of course.
Great to have you back. And if y'all want to send us a question, you can send it to alizakkanerdydating@gmail.com. That's alizakkanerdydating@gmail.com. Also, put in the comment section below. You can follow me on Twitter at ZakaFlame. If you want to send me a question for Nerdy Dating. Other than that, thank you guys for watching this episode and keep being awesome. Thank you for watching this episode of Nerdy Dating. I really appreciate it. If there's another episode you want to watch, you can look at it right there. If you want to subscribe to the page and watch more content, it's down here. Also, you have a question about dating, you want to put it in the comment section, go ahead and do it. Or you can send me your dating question to my email of alizakkanerdydating@gmail.com. That's alizakkanerdydating@gmail.com. And I will answer your question on the next episode of Nerdy Dating. Thank you so much for watching the show. I appreciate you and keep being awesome.